Welcome back to Let's Play Deathmark. My left ear. My left ear what? is numb, and hearing is... I thought maybe I was completely deaf in the left ear, but no, that wasn't the case. I just had my headphones on. I was like, moving my headphones, like, okay. Move the right headphone. I could still hear through the left, so my left ear isn't completely deaf at the moment. But it's like, you know, the equivalent of like listening in mono, I guess. It's a bit weird. My hearing is kind of off as a result. I'm not sure what caused it. Well, I can assume what caused it was I had an itchy ear, so just got a bit of toilet paper and I was just like, and that probably did some dislodged something, or I don't know what it is. But if it's still like that, I don't know. I'm thinking maybe see the GP about it either tomorrow or, you know, start next week if it's still like that. Anyways, that aside, I want to first start off with that piano playing in the previous part. It's like, if I were to play it now, I wouldn't be able to hear like my guitar, for example. I can't hear very clearly my guitar like this. If I remove my if I remove the right headphone, I can hear it clearly. But if I were to do it with the left, okay, I can still hear it like that. But no, because I got these headphones on, it makes it harder to hear my guitar. But anyways, that piano bit confused me because it's like C, and I wrote it out as C sharp after that, but really it should be flat. So it's C, D flat, E, F, G, A flat, B, C. And I was confused by that because, like, this is that's harmonic minor. To be exact, Phrygian dominant C minor, C Phrygian dominant, which play in the key of F minor technically. But then it has this B at the end instead of a B flat, so it's like it's going into C harmonic minor, C Aeolian, you know, which is in the key of C minor. So it's like, that's cool I was doing that, but after looking into it a bit, I realize it's a scale that I'm not particularly familiar with. It's the well, it is technically a play off of harmonic minor with a very notable difference. It's the Hungarian minor scale. Playing off the fifth, from what I can tell, because I was confused at first, because it's like, it starts out whole tone, semitone. There's a lot of semitones, which is where you get those half steps like that. Which, I mean, the perfect example I gave was the Pink Panther theme, where it has that distinct. No, it doesn't do that. I mean, that bit at the end, not really it, but you know, it has those kind of semitones. So it makes sense that it's using that scale. I wasn't too familiar with it, but the reason I think it's the fifth mode of that, or whatever the hell that'd be called, is because the first whole tone is from an F to G, so it must be F. Hungarian minor. F Hungarian minor, but it's playing off the fifth, which is the C. So C, D flat, E, F, G, A flat, B, and back to C. That's what was being played on the piano. I was talking over the bit at the end, so it could have just been played straight up, you know, Phrygian dominant, it might have been a B flat. But I don't know, if it is a B, then it was Hungarian minor. That's how the way the plot. Science lab. So it's another heat wave, so I'm keeping my fan on. Because it's too warm. What's the temperature? 28 degrees. How lovely. Well, marks the third heat wave this year. in summer? Ridiculous. There's a talisman in the dusty smoke. As the storage seems there's more fire damage in here than in the staff room. This is probably where the fire started. Open the door and left the science lab. Well. Looks empty, the edge of the cupboard is all rounded off. The cabinet door opens easily. The inside is completely full to bursting. With something. I pull it out and discover that it's a garbage bag full of shredded paper. Not all the trash. Are you seriously planning on taking that with you? I mean, not that I care. When I lift up the bag, an unshredded wad of paper falls to the floor at my feet. I open it up and see several complete sentences. Guess they failed to destroy this section. A fragment I. Unless it's in Roman numerals, then it's 1, but it's probably not. I open the cupboard and check inside, but all I find is trash and dust. A portion of a memo at certain sound wave or must put sleep and light will add it to aware of testing. Okay, let's try to make sense of this. We got fragment S. At least one of these you gotta line up with another one. But I don't know how it actually would work. But I mean, I know the context of it. So let's see if I can kind of make sense of it. I don't know what the first one is. Wait a minute. Are the lines supposed to indicate, you know, those are letters? If so, then maybe that's how it makes sense, I guess. If something can control the something shock to something. This creature? I don't know. Is that something great, something? This is something to keep it locked, something. What? Maybe, I don't know. Certain? I don't know. Sound wave, or music, perhaps? Put something. Maybe put something to sleep. Also, I can't think. Add on 5 letters to that. I can't think of a word off the top of my head, so besides something ending with will. I don't know. I would say agitate, but it doesn't quite fit, does it? Or does it? No. These two, something aware of, something testing. It's a shelf packed with numerous chemicals. Getting closer, I see some large containers. Ah! I hear eyes gasp behind me. Hands, ears, eyeballs. Body pieces that used to belong to a human are perfectly preserved. Can't. There's no way to use these as educational tools. They're extremely fresh for being samples. Well, because they were cut from a living body. It doesn't seem like it's been that long since any of them were severed. This is supposed to be an elementary school, right? So imagine that. It's like, okay, the kids are gonna learn about anatomy, but screw looking through, you know, images. We're gonna deal with a real thing. Here's a real eyeball in a jar. There's a real severed ear in a jar. Here's a severed hand with some, some rings on. It's like, it kind of gives it a fancy look, doesn't it? It's like he has the power in his fingertips because of these rings. Okay, they don't have any power whatsoever, but it kind of has that fancy look to it. It's not been that long since any of them were severed. New info, says Lassie. Hands, ears, eyeballs. Body pieces that used to belong to a human off living liquid, carefully preserved. Taking a closer look, I noticed a large tag on the side of the container. Great Asura. Down. Letters are messy but legible. Great Asura. Down must mean below where we currently are. So that would be the first floor. When I first played through this chapter, I completely did not pick up on the fact that you had to go to the room below this. And it's very important. You can't get through this chapter. Well, you can, but you can't get the good end unless you go down to the room below. Because if you ignore that or overlook it like I did, you're kind of screwed on getting good ends to the chapter. Like all in the school's layout, I think there was a similar storage area on the first floor. Not sure what it means, but it might be important. It's because, we've already checked that room in chapter 1, so I wouldn't have thought to go back there, even though it's pointing it out right there. Not sure what it means, but it might be important. It's very important. I decided to take the tag just in case. Maybe I just didn't examine that and didn't get the information when I played it. Either that or I just completely forgot the information by the time I got to that point. I know they're not alive anymore, but it takes a measure of courage to search body parts. Stick my hand inside, half close my eyes, and feel around the shelf. Is something there? Well, yeah. I stop myself from voicing my frustration. I can't make eye do something like this. Can't have eye pick up eyes. I searched the chemicals, formalin containers, unidentified samples, every nook and cranny. And then his hand begins to disintegrate. It's like, fuck, it was acids! I find a few things I can use. A clear bottle with a liquid inside. Has a label with a chemical formula on it. A brown bottle that has an irritating smell. Its label is rotted and unreadable. And finally, a bottle wrapped in foil. It smells faintly of flowers, but it's likely just some kind of chemical smell. Is that everything? Once I'm done looking around, I stand up. A vinyl bundle in the corner catches my eye. I pick it up and realize that it's a tightly wrapped bundle of clothes. A white coat stands out the most, but it must be a lab coat. A white lab coat? Well, we are in a science lab, no big surprise to find one here. That room about a ghost in white. I and Yasuoka got their marks while filming a TV show about it that came near Matthew. All the other clothes along with the coat have been folded meticulously. Is it really just a coincidence? It's like, yeah, let's just ignore the mannequin in the room here. The anatomical thing. Not even sure to pronounce that right. It's a number of books, materials, and encyclopedias about animals. I grab one and flip through the pages. There are a ton of notes inside, scribbling thin letters. Seems there are simple explanations for the students. Take out the last book, and when I look inside, a scrap of paper falls from in between the pages. Found a worn-out talisman, of course. Taking a closer look, I notice a huge tear in its mouth. It's making the mouth look bigger than it should. It's almost like an arm was forcibly shoved down it and it couldn't handle the strain. Mouth might be broken because someone stuck their hand out. But that means something is hiding out in the mouth of the torso. Well, time to pull a James Sunderland. This is like this, shove your arm right down there. I could break it, but then I might break what's inside too. Nothing for it but to stick my hand in. I hastily slide my hand into the mouth. Something cylindrical is inside. I grab it and try to pull it out. Snakeheads. Roused by the movement, snakes begin pouring out from areas. But watch out! Just picture sound like novel from Ocarina of Time. I stumble backwards. The snakes slowly retreat back into the mud. Seems to live inside us. I bet something's hidden in there. But to get it, I'll have to find a way to pacify the snakes. Just like, okay, we'll just pick, you know, maybe. I mean, it's also known as the Gypsy Scale, but then again, I don't know. Gypsy Scale, Hungarian Minor, let's try to charm it. Just like... Nah, let's not just mess around playing guitar here. Let's, you know, continue on. What? A broadcast? I think this is... Excuse me while I check if I have any brains in my dictionary. What is brain in Japanese? No. 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 Ooh. Just sounds... I mean, the ooh would probably not be like no, no. Or maybe it would. I don't know. It's kind of confusing when you have like the ooh in words, because sometimes it's kind of just like an extension rather than being like no, ooh, just be no. I don't know how you pronounce that. A strange voice echoes over the intercom. Do that immediately. Table on the table. That is a really irritating sound to a distance. Static cackles before being cut off. Is she watching us from somewhere? It's something like the table. Something might be on the desk. Let's take a look. And this is probably why I completely forgot that whole Asura down below thing. Because this happens once you leave. I mean, should I do this right now? Or should I go check out this Asura feed? Man, I could always check the Asura feed later on. Wait, did I check this? On a desk scattered with lab equipment is a small pencil and problem sheet. Makes sense. We're supposed to fill this out. Well, let's pick at the questions first. I take a sidelong glance at the problem sheet. See what looks like chemistry symbols. Looks like this is a science test. Something's written on top in metal letters. Remember the experiments. That's right, I found several bottles of chemicals in the storage room. Are those chemicals used in some sort of experiments? This part is the most pain in the ass bit for me, because you get all kinds of tests like this, you know, little kind of questionnaires, and I'm crap at them. Because as you see, if you don't look at these, you'd be like, huh? It's like ID5 has a fresh floral scent. Red label handle care, brown, it smells a bit like chlorine. Clear bottle. And this one I think is gonna cover. A vial with a white label that reads CH3, CH2, OH flammable, do not hold by open flame. And these fragments are obviously to do with experiments. It's just we don't know the full context because a lot of it's not there. I'm not sure because some of these are supposed to line up, but I don't know what ones. Well, I'm probably gonna mess up one of these. I'll pick up the pencil and turn over the paper. But hey, if we fail, we'll just get the reload anyway. Begin the test. Live or die, or you know, live and learn. Because you gotta learn. Number 1, compound A is widely used as fuel or disinfectant. Its chemical formula is CH3CH2OH. What number should X be? I've already said, I've already looked at it. Was that cheating? I have to look over my notes. And by notes, I mean the bottle. That one's easy. Number 2, compound N is an exploratory acid and contains a salt that reacts to various metals. And I'm just gonna be honest with you right now. I don't know jack shit about chemistry. It's like, oh, you know, the periodic table. I didn't learn none of that shit. And if I did learn a bit of that shit, I don't remember any of it. Which statement about compound N is true? Temporary acid contains a salt that reacts to various metals. I think I ran this one. That's it. Yeah, it needs a light-proof container. I think that's the bottle that's... I forget. Number 3, it stinks when it's thick and fragrant when it's thin. What compound is it? It's gotta be the one that had the floral scent. I forget what the rest of it was now. I mean, I can't check it from this because it doesn't show that. I can't. Can I? No, I can't even open my inventory here. Ammonia? No, it is not ammonia. But you pass anyway because you had some spirit power. Which makes no sense. You think failing one of the questions would be enough to get killed. No. You only got spirit power. Can't do shit. And now I don't know what the answer was. Survived. Seems to pass test at the end of the answer sheets. Next test is in the room next door. Proceed there quickly, students. Well then. Sounds like there are other tests. Are we being tested, you think? Maybe. I mean, that's what tests are for. But why? I'm concerned, but I don't feel like guessing. Well, I kind of guessed that last one, and I guessed wrong, but I passed anyway. A more immediate topic should be discussed now that my senses are assaulted. Also, this thing really works. I didn't notice when I was focusing on the test, but the answer sheet stinks terrible. It's 100 times worse than that notebook, like a zoo in the dead of summer. I shut it tightly in a random pouch in my bag so the smell doesn't spread. What answer sheet? I narrows her eyes at me. Miss Yashiki, are you sure you closed your bag? It still reeks in here. I is right. The smell has definitely gotten stronger, said he. Sorry, check. Up down to double check my bag. Ooh boy. I spot something that looks like a box down on the floor behind the desk. My instincts realize what it is before my brain does. Hands and feet stick out of the blood-soaked cover. Inside that box is... I've got to check to make sure. I can't make myself move. If you find some... Stay back! The low, sharp tone that comes out of my mouth startles even me. Just stay back. I'll check this. After gathering my courage, I reach out. I pull off the fingerprints. Yep. That hat's familiar. Saw the clothes. There's no mistake. It's the corpse of that guard who was hanging from the ceiling with lower weapon out. I collapse to my knees, a horrible feeling comes barreling up through my chest. Are you alright? There's a corpse. That's where the smell is coming from. A corpse? Then let's get the heck out of here, yeah? I drag myself up woodenly like a puppet on strings. Classroom next door. Huh? The next steps is in the classroom next door. Let's go back. Alright. Okay, understood. Eyes probably shaking, but she's putting on a brave front anyway. Even as an act like that is helpful at a time like this. After all, there's no time to waste. Whoever carried this corpse here could be looking around the corner. But now we know what happened to the guard. Did I check this? Yeah, probably. Pencil on the problem sheet on the desk. Take a glance at the problem sheets. There are a number of long sentences. Looks like this is yet another science test. Something's written at the top in metal letters. Read the blackboard. Blackboard. I'm supposed to read it? Not sure that scribble is really important, but... It's Eisen. I mean, do we have to do this right now? Could I, you know, just leave? Like, screw this, I have another idea. I guess we can. It's just like, no rush or anything, do this at your own pace. That pace means you drive all the way back home, and then back again with a different character. But so be it. I'm gonna bring, Asura. Because, unlike she actually kind of gives you a better clue with the, blackboard. She's a bit more observant with some things than eyes. I just gotta remember what door it was. Also, while I'm here, let's check that room. With the way the school is laid out, we should be right under the science storage. That reminds me. There was a strange tag attached to the form bit. Pretty sure it said Great Asura down below. Does that mean the Great Asura is below? Then that tag would be referring to this room. I take a further look for the room, around the room. There aren't any other suspicious spots here besides the trapdoor to the underground room. I feel power from within that wall. From the wall? No, from inside the wall. Don't you think it's odd? Now I'm wondering what I would say if she was there instead. Just like, hey, that wall looks a bit suspicious, doesn't it? I don't think it's odd. It's the only place without a cabinet. Well, the wall at the back also doesn't have a cabinet. On the left side. Actually, now that you mention it, does seem kind of unnatural. If someone moved the cabinet, that would be a natural assumption. I guess you could potentially see it as the cabinet is easily being down. You're seeing something inside the wall. We'll know if we check it out. By all appearances, it looks normal. I tap around on the wall. I don't know why, but I've seen people on shows do it, and I think that's how you check walls. Oh. What's the matter? It's not super obvious, but the center portion of the wall seems paler than the rest. If only I had enough skill to be able to tell if it was hollow or not by the sound. Thickness just kind of feels different. What a fascinating observation. What should I do? Break the walls down! Put the flashlight down and grip the hammer with both hands. Oh, that's rather bold. This could call attention to me, but this is where Hanahiko was. I don't think an old spirit would come here. Spirit is occupying the second floor after all. Try just once. Take it down at once. I gather my courage and swing the hammer against the wall with all my might. And a large hole, larger than expected, opens up. I anxiously wait to see if I drew a spirit close. Luckily, it doesn't seem like anything's coming. That went a lot better than I thought it would. That went exceedingly well. Let's investigate. I see wriggling in the darkness. I hesitantly stick my hand inside. Something cold coils around my fingers. Seems I've stirred up whatever is nesting in there. If I don't deal with that first, I won't be able to check out the hole. So there are snakes in there. Can't remember if we need something else first. Because, you know, that says do not hold by open flame. I can't remember if snakes... I think it's fire they don't like. I don't know, I can't remember. We don't have a lighter or anything, so maybe we're not supposed to do this yet. Then again... We'll come back to it. Eyes. Asura, I believe. Really, that's what it says. It's difficult to explain, but I can see the direction the strokes are going. Following them, that's what it says. Altogether it's Eisen Asura. Eisen Asura. It's not familiar. Is it the name of a god or Buddha? Why is that written on the blackboard? See, you know, I just commented that the handwriting is terrible, but, you know, I guess because she has spiritual powers or something. I don't know, maybe it allows her, or maybe she's just good at recognizing, you know, the kanji character was written even though it's mostly faded away. Well, more than faded away, it's not even really there, but essentially she can recognize what it says. So, that's why I thought I'd, you know, go back and bring her along. There's been some other problem sheet that start the test we're gonna fail. I pick up the pencil and turn over the paper. Begin the test. Live or die. Question 1. Believing in the Buddha is important. The Buddha is most extreme. Vital. You must believe in incredibly strong, great eye. Well, it's obviously eyes. What is with the way it's written there? It's just a bit. I mean, Miss Sue is pretty much completely batshit insane, so let's not question it too much. Incredibly strong, great eyes, and is like an angel. You must erase the stench of corrupted humanity and become one with nature. This is called. I mean, it's got 3 stars there. It's gotta be Eisen, right? Bit confusing, isn't it? I mean, you could probably guess these ones even without the reveal that it says Asura Eisen, because he's always going on about Asura. Question 2. Humanity is the embodiment of pain. They kill our animals. My fellow snakes also spend every day in absolute misery. My dear snakes hate this world like they hate the sun and heat. Yeah, that's your clue there that snakes don't like heat. This disaster is called the something age of decline. Critical? Nope, it's not critical. I think it might have been Crimson. Maybe it's Crisis. I don't know. I can't remember. I think Man of Bad Asura got one or 2 questions wrong as well. And it might have been that one. Question 3. I carry the great Eisen's talisman every day in secret. The talisman is important. It is a greater treasure than the brain or heart or life itself. This is shown not in words, but deeds. If I walk with the talisman, I will become. I've got no soul power. Well, it's also the last answer. I'm just gonna get a game over here because I lost too much soul power. You didn't write your answer in enough time. I hear creepy breathing behind me. Now, is it just me or did the head kind of look like some really... Oh, yeah, it's a Yu-Gi-Oh card. That Yu-Gi-Oh card that's like a ritual monster that's basically a sentient killer hamburger. Which is freaking surreal. It kind of looks like that. Well, let's do that again. Begin! Live or die. Question 1. Eisen. It's frozen unity. Citizen unity. Eisen, obviously. Question 2. Crimson. Makes sense, you know, with all the talk of fire and heat. Question 3. A trained Asura. Survived. Seems we've passed the test. At the end of the answer sheets. Next test, 2 rooms over. Don't enter the classroom next door. Off limits. Well, that's sufficient. Yeah, fuck, that's that wrong. Don't go into the classroom next door. Why? Perhaps she's hiding something. But being obvious has the opposite effect. pretty much. Should probably go think it through before. Sounds like something is hitting the wall. That noise appears to be from that room next door. Sounds like something's in there. Let's check out the next room next door. We can do the next test later. I mean, we were able to go back to the mansion. I'm sure she wouldn't mind. We'll break the rules a second time. But the thing about the next room is... it's kinda... I've got that jumble of wires wrapped around the door. How will we possibly get this door open? Well, that's where the cliffhanger comes into play. Because we'll have to find it next time. So see you next time, viewers. See you next time.